Hello, my name is Rachel Phillips, and my educational thinker is Abraham Maslow. He was born in 1908 and he died in 1970. He is most known for writing A Theory of the Human Motivation in 1943. In this study, he introduced the hierarchy of needs, mostly known as Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and this is formed in a pyramid. And if you look at my handout, under Maslow handout, you can see this pyramid, and it may make a little more sense to you. But at the bottom level of the pyramid is the physiological level. Above that is safety. Above that is love and belonging. Next is the esteem, and the top of the pyramid is self actualization. And I'm going to go into a little bit more about what those different levels mean. Um, the bottom level again is physiological, so that means that you have food, shelter, you have sleep, so any physical needs. The next level up is the safety level, so that you have resources, you have money, you have safety of family, your health, and you're stress free. Next level is the love and belonging level, so you have friends and family that love and care about you. The second to the top level is the esteem, so that's having confidence and having achievement. And then the top of the level, self actualization, is having morality, creativity, and problem solving. Now, Maslow believed that motivation and intrinsic factors would lead you to start at the bottom to the physiological needs and move your way upwards to the self actualization. So, why does this matter in education today? I'm a teacher and I teach pre K in a public school system, and I see a lot of different issues that our kids come with. Just from pre K at 4 years old, they come in with a lot of baggage and things that they've dealt with that I cannot undo in just 180 short days teaching them. Um, I'm sure if you've worked with kids or really with anybody, you see the different problems that our society faces from a lack of these physiological needs, a lack of food, shelter, water. Are they going to have lights on that next day? Are they going to have heat when it's cold or air conditioning when it's warm outside? Also, kids face bullying and a lot of crisis with their sexual identity and who they truly are. This is also a big crisis that would fall under the safety category and the love and belonging category. So, our big problem is how can we teach these kids education and academic things whenever they didn't eat that morning, or maybe they haven't had a shower, or maybe they haven't spoken to a caring adult, in 24 hours. And I have seen this firsthand. I have kids come in and they accidentally call me mommy and they say they want to come home with me, and I see those needs that may not being met. And so that's why I actually chose Maslow as my educational thinker, because I see this as a real thing in my students' lives. Now, one thing that I have heard several times is that kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So when you're teaching students, and this goes into Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if they know that you care about them, that you care that maybe they haven't had breakfast or lunch, they haven't eaten since they left you the day before, or that you care that their dad has been out of the picture since they were born. Once they see that you truly care about them as a person, then they may start caring about what do they know, what do they want to teach me, what can I learn from this person. Um, as a Christian and as we're all, trying to strive more like Christ, I think that Maslow can kind of tie into that. We have to be Christ like. We have to care for those basic needs. We have to take care of those who are less fortunate. That's what we're called to do as Christians. One outside critique that really stood out to me was Rutledge. He said, None of these other needs are possible without a social connection. And his example was back in the Stone Age, it was a team effort to fight off woolly mammoths, to hunt, and to take care of the children all at the same time to be able to eat, to have those physiological needs as food and water. So it took a social interaction for that to take place. Therefore, that wouldn't have been the bottom of this pyramid. And I thought that was a very interesting critique. I have not thought of it like that. So that really made me think back, to how I feel about this educational thinker and this theory. One personal critique was I also disagree, that it may not always go in this pyramid order, that maybe physiological might not be the lowest, that might not be the first need that needs to be met. So I do agree with Rutledge in that way. Um, Another way is that I feel like some people may be able to skip a level. I know kids who may not have eaten or may not have had um, a love and belonging, but they are motivated and they do achieve, which is that higher, that self actualization need. Now, overall, I do agree. Like I said before, I have students that come in who they cannot learn and they cannot follow along with what I'm teaching until maybe they have to eat breakfast or maybe even they need to take a nap. We have mats in my room because I do teach 4 and 5 year olds. Sometimes I have to lay out a mat and they sleep for, an hour or so and then they're ready to start their day. So I think it does. This Maslow's hierarchy of needs can definitely be a true thing as well. Now, overall, I really enjoyed looking into Maslow, and I intentionally picked him just because I do see a lot of tie ins with our Christian beliefs, to help those in need and to help those um, who are maybe less fortunate. That way, that they can work their way up and they can, achieve and they can dream and that they can succeed and be motivated the way that Christ would call us to be. So thank you so much for your time. And again, this is Rachel Phillips about Maslow.